8:30 on Thursday, September the 13th, and I've just reached the point at West Angle in actual fact, where I've walked around the head now, and for the first time ever I'm actually facing east, and this path leads all the way to the Severn Bridge at Bristol, which is a bit wishful thinking at this stage, but nevertheless it's very nice to think that I'm actually on the last leg now of the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path, and this also obviously goes to Tenby and Amroth, and I'm hopeful in the next 2 or 3 days to reach the end of this walk, and it's been absolutely magnificent. I know the last couple of days that you've watched there's been a bit industrial, and you know, the estuary doesn't really have many spectacular rock scenes and all the kind of things that you got used to as I was walking down, all the way down from Cardigan all the way to this point where it was absolutely stunning scenery. Well, I think we're going to get that back as from today, because there'll be no more tankers, no more power stations, no more sort of industrial looking scenes, and we're getting back to some very nice, lovely beaches and absolutely great scenery. Yesterday I decided to have a day off for several reasons. One is I walked 31 miles on Monday and Tuesday, and just as a precaution, not that there was a problem, but just as a precaution, I thought I'd give my groin a little bit of a rest, which seems to have worked really well. I was getting 1 or 2 little twinges on the walk, and so I thought it was a good idea. The other thing was the van was a bit of a mess, which I give it a really good tidy up. My computer was a bit of a mess. I had to do all the usual sort of work in downloading films to YouTube, which took ages. I had to back up loads and loads of stuff onto a separate external hard drive, and it was a big job. And the other thing is, when I've had days off in the past, it's usually been due to the weather. Well, yesterday it was beautiful, it was bright and sunny, and so I took the opportunity of sitting in the sun for a while, and I went for a beer yesterday afternoon just round the corner at the pub and thoroughly enjoyed that. Had a good early night last night, and I feel much better for that rest and raring to go. I'm wearing boots this morning simply because on Monday and Tuesday there was quite a lot of boggy stuff. I don't know on this walk. I think it's going to be okay, but the coastal path looks quite dry. It did rain overnight, but not for long. So it's been lovely, this walk. I'm really glad now that I've turned the corner, facing the sun now with the wind behind me, whereas 10 minutes ago there was a bright sun behind me and a strong wind in front of me, so that's going to help, and certainly with the video in. So here we go.
Jim.
So I'm about 2.5 hours into the walk now. I met a couple not long ago, about another half an hour ago, and I've met another very nice couple who are on the Coastal Path walk. And your name is?
I'm Jules. Hi.
Jules.
And I'm Jeff. Hi.
Jeff. And where are you from, Jeff?
We're from Derbyshire.
Yes.
And enjoying the walk. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the scenery heading north of here.
Yes.
And making it round all the way.
Absolutely. And so you're going for the whole thing then?
We are going for the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, that's brilliant.
And try and make it in about 15 days.
That would be good. That's about the average, apparently. You know, so
that's us. That's average walkers.
No, well, that's fair. I mean, people probably get fed up with me telling people about this, but the last part from Newport up to Cardigan is 19.5 miles, and it really is up and down, and it really is tough. The advantage you've got is you'll have the wind behind you. I'm doing it anti-clockwise, so I was doing it into the wind at the time, and it was a strong wind, and it completely wore me out. But the only thing I could suggest is you check whether you want to cut the walk in half if 19 miles is too far. Yeah. But are you taking advantage of the bus service?
No, we haven't at the moment, but we will do going into St David's, I think.
Oh, you've got to do it. If you go to St David's Town Hall, which is right in the middle, and go in there, and they'll give you a bus timetable, which looks like this.
Okay, cool.
That's the timetable, and it is absolutely invaluable to you. If you plan it out and everything, have a look at it. Spend an hour looking at it about how far you're going to walk, and the bus service is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And it doesn't cost too much either.
Even better.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and the lovely people, and there's 3 buses a day, usually spaced out in 4 hours. So as an example, you'd have one at 10, one at 2 and one at 4. So you can go to wherever you want, start your walk, and then just catch a bus back and plan it. Yeah. Really good idea. I mean, I don't know if they make any money at this time of year. Yeah. But I can imagine in the early summer when it was really hot, they would have been absolutely rushed off the feet. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, it's nice right now because there's not so many people around. Yes. So you kind of got the place to yourself, which is pretty beautiful. Yeah. And we've been blessed with the weather, so it is fab. As long as there's a bar at the end of it all, we're all good.
Yeah, absolutely. So how far have you walked today? Where did you start?
We started in Freshwater West. Yeah, so we haven't walked very far so far.
We've ambled. We've had some blackberries for breakfast.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They're delicious.
They're really sweet, aren't they?
Really sweet.
I hope you haven't been picking them because I like them.
There's plenty. There's loads.
There are plenty, but you're gonna have to go a while. Yeah, we stripped a few bushes.
No, but they give you energy as well. It's surprising. Really, I mean, I used to eat loads of fruit, and I've hardly eaten any fruit. Like, all I'm eating at the moment is like big greasy breakfast. Getting loads of carbohydrates inside me, and I'm walking it. I've lost 1.5 stone since I started this walk. Just walking and nothing else. Yeah. But anyway, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, and I hope you do enjoy it. I'm absolutely sure you will.
Yeah, we will.
You know, I mean, when you get around the corner, it gets a bit industrial, for a couple of days. But once you've got the other side of Milford Haven, then you're back onto this stunning scenery again.
Amazing. Yeah.
Every inch of the way.
Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Have a good time.
Cool. And you, Jim. Take care, mate.
Nice to meet you.
See ya.
Yeah, very, very nice. So I'm getting more and more walkers on this Coastal Path walk, and I'd like to introduce this lady.
Anne.
This is Anne.
And Dave.
And where are you from, Dave?
Well, I'm from Bristol originally. I was born in Bristol, but I spent a lot of time in Australia. Now we're in Pembrokeshire, North Wales, near Denbigh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting place. Yeah. And so you're here on the Coastal Path walk you're going to go have a go at all of it today over this next couple of weeks?
No, we're not doing all of it. We're basically doing round trips, doing parts of it. Yes. We're actually on our way down to Bristol to see some friends, so we're just doing this on the way. Right. So just the Pembrokeshire area really, but sections.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Are you taking advantage of the bus service? They've got the shuttle bus. Are you using
No, because we've got a car, and what we're doing is we're doing loop walks. Circular walks. So for example, we park down at Freshwater Beach there, and then we'll walk right round the Angle Peninsula. Yes. And then hop across back to Freshwater Beach this afternoon. Yes. And to be able to pick up the car. So we do that each day. Yeah,
that's a good idea. I mean, those chimneys that you can see over there, that's all almost adjacent with it. So when you get round the corner, you'll just be heading for them and across.
That's right.
But it's only a couple of miles across. It's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Most of these peninsulas have some sort of shortcut across back through the lanes or fields or whatever.
Yes, that's right.
So
that's
using an OS map, you can
you can figure it out,
make your way.
Yes, and we was just talking about the Welsh people, how friendly and accommodating they are. It's quite amazing, isn't it, really?
Well, it is really. I mean, since we've been living in Wales for on and off for the last 5 years, and they've really been amazing. Yeah, we've made so many friends, and yes, we love it up there now. So yes, it's a good part of the world.
Yes, I found it to be really refreshing, actually. And I know Anne Robinson did quite a lot of damage all those years ago, didn't she, with her programme that she was on? I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know. I never saw
that.
What
are the Welsh for? Kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, she was quite outspoken and stuff like that.
One thing I really like is the fact that they have their own language and they use it.
Yes.
You know, it would be such a tragedy if the Welsh language disappeared. Yes. I would love to be able to learn it myself. I'm a bit hard of hearing, so it's a bit more difficult for me, but I just think that it's important that the Welsh keep their own language and their own customs.
Yes, I agree. That's a good idea. Okay, well look, it's been really nice to meet you both, and I hope you enjoy your short stay here, and
we will.
You can check yourself out on YouTube now. You've got a card.
Right, thank you.
Thanks very much.
It's been very nice meeting you.
We must hurry
the
along, get
grandkids.
round.
They'll love it. Granddad's on YouTube. You'll beat them to it.
That's right. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I've come across this wonderful group of ladies and one gentleman who are actually friends of Claire, who I talked to the day before yesterday, and she just completed the Ironman. So it was quite funny. They said, "Are you Jim? We know about you." So I'm quite flattered, to be honest. So your name is?
I'm Sue.
Sue.
Sarah.
Another Claire.
Gavin.
Sally.
Yes.
And Sue.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you all, ladies. I know I've told you my life story in the last 5 minutes.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
But, best of luck, enjoy your walk.
And to you.
And check yourself out on YouTube.
Okay, we will do. Okay, all the
Thank you very much, Liz.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, I'm just near the beach, actually. I'm about to go onto the beach, and this gentleman's just come off. And your name is?
Chris Freshwater.
Chris, that's an appropriate name.
It is. It's Freshwater West.
Well, so they named this place after you, or is,
I like to think so.
Do you own it?
My wife likes to think so, I think.
I'm sure she does. So where are you off to today, Chris?
I'm off to Angle today.
Yes. And have you done much of these sections of the Pembroke coast?
Yeah, I started at Amroth on Monday, and today I started in Miriam, which is just this side of Stackpole.
Yes, yes. So, and I would imagine it's a fairly flattish walk then, is it?
Right up to Miriam, it's Yeah, actually, it is pretty flat all the way to Stackpole. I think there's a little bumpy from Broadhaven to Stackpole, but other than that, it's relatively flat. So.
I'm trying to detect your accent. Where are you from, Chris?
I'm from. I live in Salisbury, but I've come from Camberley, which is in Surrey.
Oh right, right, okay, well that explains that. Oh well, have a nice walk, mate. It's a lovely day for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous day. You can ask for better conditions. No. It's nice and cool, but it's nice and sunny as well. So.
Yeah. The thing that's turned me on is now I've turned the corner. I've been walked up, south all the time, and now I'm walking east. I'm heading towards like the Severn Bridge now, which is like a big milestone to me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I've got the wind behind me for the first time for a long time. When I was walking down the west coast, I was facing the wind most of the time.
Yeah.
Doing it anti-clockwise, that's what happens. But it's been a pleasure meeting you, mate.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Thank you very much.
And best luck to you.
Okay. Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Well, this is Mandy and Izzy at this very busy little outfit they've got here. How would you describe this then? I mean, I've never come across a place like that that sells so much seafood, which is an obvious thing to do. But you seem to be inundated with customers. Is it like this all year round?
It is. It is. We open from the end of March to the end of September, and Jonathan, who owns the business, has kind of made. Sorry, I'm really kind of embarrassed.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he's built it up over 6 years, is it? Yeah. So he's been on the TV and things. So he's people follow him and people love his food and his ideas. So yeah.
Fabulous.
And the view, they come to Freshwater West for the view.
That's fabulous. Now some Americans, Paul and Anne from Texas, suggested that I call it. They said you must go here on your way past. So it's been, I know, a brief meeting. You're busy, you've got loads of customers. I don't want to hold you up. So it's been a pleasure meeting you. And I gave you a card, didn't I?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Check yourself out tomorrow.
Okay, well good luck. Good luck with the vision.
I'm just at this very busy cafe, and I've met a couple of people here just having a little bit of a break who are on the Pembrokeshire coast. And your name, sir?
Tony.
Tony and?
Kay.
And Kay. Hello. Where are you from, Kay?
Warrington.
Ah, right, okay. And you obviously...
Well, yeah, we're both from Warrington, yeah.
So have you done the Pembrokeshire coast in its entirety? Or
we did it last year.
Right, okay. Yes. And so what's it about today then? What are you doing now then?
Well, we're just doing the Angle Peninsula today. We're staying in Tenby and just doing day walks really, so it's Angle Peninsula today, and as the weather's so nice.
Yes, it's fabulous. I mean, it's turned out really nice. But it's funny how the wind suddenly come up a little bit stronger than it was earlier.
Yeah.
It was really, really quiet early on. I was out at 8 o'clock because I set off from Angle. But it's a stunning walk, isn't it? It's you can see, obviously it's a very popular walk by the number of people from all over the world that do it.
That's right.
Have you done any other walks?
Oh, done lots of long distance walks.
Yes.
We've done Offa's Dyke.
Right.
In Wales, I've done the Coast to Coast, Pennine Way, South Downs Way. Lots really. Done most of the national trails, not all of them, but most of the national trails. Thames Path, we did the Thames Path in July, in all that heat. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like professionals then, Kay, really, aren't you? You could say, do you know what I mean?
Almost, and we're just back here in Pembrokeshire for a week, really, to try and see some of the things we missed out on walking the coastal paths last year.
Yes.
To do it justice, really, this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure just saying hello to you. I know you're going to have a cup of tea and something to eat.
Yeah.
And the best of luck. And thank you very much indeed for letting me talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I'm just walking along the road where we can't do the coastal path because it's a firing range, and apparently you can do it after 4:30, which is no good to me.
Yeah.
And I met this gentleman and his girlfriend who's a bit shy, doesn't want to be on it. I assume it's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And your name, sir?
I'm Jonathan.
Jonathan. And where are you from, Jonathan?
I mean, originally Oxford, but I currently live in Dublin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And so where are you walking today? What's your plan?
To Angle.
Yes.
Yeah. So a little way to go here, but it should be nice.
Yeah, I would say you do it in about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It gets a bit hilly once you get past here. There's 6 or 7 quite steep up and down kind of thing.
You can see them out there.
Yeah, once you get past them, it's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you do a lot of these like big walks?
I've done a few, certainly. I did the Southwest Coast Path about 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Which was really great, and I've done a bit of a walk in Greenland on the west coast.
Wow.
It's like a 10-day really wildernessy one.
Right.
And then it was last year that we did a walk in the north of Sweden, the Kungsleden. We only did like the first week and a half of it.
Right.
It's a really long thing if you do the whole thing, but we just did like a mini version.
So you are professional.
I'm not sure about professional, but like hobby, yes. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
and
you too.
Thank you very much indeed. It's 3:25 now, and because of the firing range being open to soldiers with weapons today, a massive detour around it, well, when I say a massive detour around it, it was closed, which means there was no point going anywhere near the coastal path, and so I just carried on walking, hoping to have got as far as I can towards the towards the coast, and I got as far as this very nice little village called Bosherton, and just to my right there's a road down there where apparently there's some very, very nice lily pad lakes and full of ornamental carp and all this kind of stuff, and I wish I'd have had time to go and have a look at that, but I'm afraid I don't. So my bus is due in the next 10 minutes that's going to take me back to Angle, and I should be getting back there around about the sort of 4 o'clock mark, and that means that I can do some editing and get another film prepared, go back out into the sticks where I went last night, or should I say yesterday, by this big broadcasting mast, and send it off to YouTube in about 20 minutes with a bit of luck. And so the first part of the day was very interesting, very nice. As I say, it's nice to be walking in an easterly direction now. I'm only 2 days away now from the end of this walk at Amroth, and I should be there with a bit of luck Saturday depending on the weather, and Sunday depending on the weather, because they're both giving sort of iffy forecasts with rain, so we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, today's been glorious. A wind came up a little bit from early this morning where it was absolutely dead still, and there was a wind behind me, but now it's all changed, and it's a sort of this swirling breeze which we get,
but I have enjoyed it today. I'm glad I had that rest that I did yesterday. I just needed a little bit more time for my groin strain, and that worked a treat. I'm wearing new boots today, and I can feel that I've got a slight corn on my left toe already, which always happens when you get new boots on. But I should be okay, I can soon get rid of that. So, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, click like. Thank you very much. Bye.